Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Blues break 18-year drought in triumph over Crusaders, as Scott Barrett cops red card. This article was originally published on Stuff and is reproduced with permission. They done it. The Blues have bagged their first scalp in Christchurch in almost 2 decades. On a night Crusaders captain Scott Barrett was red carded, the Blues' 27-23 win on Friday night didn't just bury a painful losing streak in the Garden City. It underlined their championship credentials. Not since bird-flipping King Carlos and Rupeni Caucaunibuca ran amok at Lancaster Park in 2004 had the Auckland-based side triumphed in Christchurch. Read more. Gallen baits Sonny Bill over fight on live TV. Read more. Mitchell reveals rehab plan ahead of Origin. Read more. Root ends record-breaking stint as test skipper, but the Blues put their 18-year drought to bed, cashing in after Barrett was sent off early in the second half for clobbering former Crusader Alex Hodgman high with a shoulder. It reduced the hosts to 13 men, following David Havili's yellow card late in the first half, and Blues hooker Kurt Eklund promptly dived over for his 6th try of the season. Up 24-10, Blues fans scattered around Orangetheory Stadium dared to believe it was their night. But the Crusaders weren't done. Sevu Reece dashed over out wide, and when Richie Mo'unga knocked over a penalty they cut the deficit to 24-18 after 60 minutes, pulling them to within striking distance 5 minutes before they were back to their full contingent. Reece's second with 10 minutes to play, following a Beauden Barrett penalty, hauled the Crusaders to within 4, before the Crusaders flung everything at them in the waning minutes. The Blues needed 2 goal line stands, barely denying loose forward Dominic Gardiner out wide, and forcing a mistake after the hooter to get home. Up went their arms in delight. The heavyweight contest was over. So was their 14-match losing streak to the Crusaders. They say defense wins championships, and judging by the way the Blues defended they got the ingredients this year. Loose forwards Dalton Papali'i, Hoskins Ochutu and Tom Robinson were immense, hunting like a pack of bloodthirsty hyenas. Watch every game of the 2022 Super Rugby Pacific and Super W seasons, streaming ad-free, live and on demand only on Stan Sport. Sign up for your free 7-day trial. Jordan Baggs' opener for Crusaders Centre Rieko Ioane was also superb, highlighted by the key first-half tackle he made on the dangerous Will Jordan, who would have gassed most players when he spied a gap on a counter-attack. The Blues' only complaint after the first half would have been the fact they weren't leading by more than 17-7. After all, Stephen Profeta missed 2 shots at goal handy to the sticks, including one after the half-time hooter. It would have landed a significant body blow, given the Crusaders Havili had just been yellow-carded for playing the ball on the deck after the quick-thinking Profeta took a tap and opened them up. The big moment looked no further than the moment referee Mike Fraser flashed a red card to Barrett early in the second half. The Crusaders had just pulled to within 7 points, and weren't far from getting Havili back from his stint in the bin. Barrett must have felt sick watching Eklund smash over the line moments after he took a seat. Match rating 9/10. Plenty of tries, drama, cards, scintillating touches from All Black Beauden Barrett and Richie Mo'unga, and very nearly a superb comeback. This was exactly the type of game you'd expect between 2 heavyweights. They'll surely meet again in the playoffs. The big picture Super Rugby crowns aren't won in the middle of April, but the Blues will relish this win, and so they should. They finally got one over the Crusaders for the first time since 2014, and are nicely poised, at 7-1, ahead of the Australian fixtures. MVP: what an immense performance from Blues captain Dalton Papali'i, and not just because he stepped Mo'unga and scored a cracking first-half try. His defence, including a try-saver in the final minutes, was outstanding. He made a whopping 21 tackles. For a daily dose of the breaking news and exclusive content from Wide World of Sports, subscribe to our newsletter by clicking here. View Gallery.